And here's the obligatory view looking back from whence I came. And this is it, people. I've made it to the end, and just look at that view. Wow, the sea, the Atlantic Ocean. I love that rich blue color of it. And I don't know how far above sea level we are. Alonso, how far above sea level are we? You'll tell us in a moment. At least a couple of 100 meters anyway. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing. And Alonso tells me it's 420 meters above sea level. That's where we are right now. I hope you enjoyed that drone footage there from the viewpoint, and I spoke to you soon. I thought it was easy going to get down to the bottom, but it's a lot tougher getting back. But I'm only 5 meters away from the summit, and you can see Alonso sat down, and he's as fit as a violin. As you're coming up the steps, and to the right of Miradouro de Bom Norte, there's this cute little, would you call it a grotto? And just to the bottom, finally got some shots of the local lizards. And just below it, you have a spring. And that looks absolutely lovely, especially coming from the leaf. And so I've just parked the car there, and we're now at Miradouro, or rather on our way to Miradouro, Garganta, Funda, where I expect to see an epic waterfall. By the way, Google Maps will show you that you can drive even further, but have a look at this. I would not advise it because it's very sketchy. Maybe if you had an off-road vehicle you could do it, but it's just not worth it if you have a hire car, unless you're willing to pay for any damage done with your excess of over £1,000. Yes, as I go further along down this track, it's definitely suitable for off-road vehicles, Jeeps and the like, Land Rovers. You catch my drift on it anyway. I'm almost there, but you have to admire once again the landscape and the scenery. Just look at that. And do we get the first glance of the waterfall yet? Alonso has his camera out, maybe. And no, it's not. Yes, it is. There it is in all its glory. We might get a better look further down at that viewing platform below. And so here I am at Miradouro de Garganta, Funda. Watch out for the lizards on the ground, there's quite a few of them still, but rest assured you won't step on them because they are quicker than lightning. And here is a view of the waterfall down below, and unfortunately there just seems to be a light trickle, so I better get the flying camera up to get some closer angles of it. This is quite interesting and rustic and decrepit, but I still think it's beautiful. It's in the shape of the old typical traditional houses of Madeira, and it looks like maybe an abandoned farmer's shack, but it may not be abandoned. You could just use it for storing those slates there. By the way, I'm using my new phone to film this because I put my vlogging camera in the car. I couldn't be bothered getting it out, but it's interesting to test this out nonetheless, and I hope the sound is okay on it. So I'm using the inbuilt sound on it, and if you stay here, rest assured they'll give you a bath. And just there is where we're parked, and that's Frank over there. Morte, Frank. So here it is, I'm back at Farol de Ponta de Pargo lighthouse, the westernmost point of Madeira. And if it looks familiar to you, yes, I was here just over a year ago, and you probably noticed the drone footage I got was during the blue hour and just at sunset. So we're here at a different time of day, so the lighting is different obviously, and I'm going to get different shots. So it's time to launch the flying camera.
Well fit anyway.
You can tell even though she's old, like just the look of her.
And after traversing that steep road to get here, I'm now at my final stop for the day, and it is Viurada do Pico, as seen on the sign there. And as you can see, a lovely view of Porto Moniz down below. It's one of the lesser known viewpoints of this area, and great if you want to see the sun shining below, because there is the sunset. And of course, it's time to get the flying camera up again. afternoon and welcome back. I'm here on my 4th day in Madeira, and behind me you have the main lava pools of Porto, Moniz. We have lovely blue skies, the temperature is around 21 Celsius, it's possibly expected to reach 23, and we're going to take a tour of the north coast with the entourage, so you'll see that shortly. Now these lava pools are remnants from the volcanic era here, and they are actually naturally occurring with a bit of man-made stuff on top of it. Right, so I've just driven a few miles eastwards along the north coast, and we're now in Sexial, and if you look in the distance right there, that's where Ribeira de Janela is with those rock structures, so we're not too far anyway. But looking down, you have one of the local natural lava pools, so if I feel brave enough I might take a dip in it. And here's looking towards further along the coast eastwards, and this spot is famous for its black sand beach. I think it's high tide at the moment, we were here last year, but I'm going to check out anyway, because last year it was all cloudy, and this year we have the sunshine.
Bring me sunshine in your smile.
And for those people who want your photos for social media, this is a spot to go. Perfect picture frame for you, so you got to do it. And here's the obligatory view looking back from whence I came. And as you're coming up the steps from Miradouro de Morte, or Morte, and as you're coming up the steps to the right of Miradouro de Morte, and so here it is, I'm back at the lighthouse, and if it looks familiar to you, I was here just over a year ago, Ponta, and after